cost so much money.
Mm-hmm.
And so we finally just built these.
How long has the mill been going?
I don't even know when it started. My wife would know that.
Those are awesome too.
But no, there's just so yeah, it gets real bad down through there.
Yeah, I mean the whole hill's coming straight to it, eh?
Yeah. And over the years, so it used to drain, from what my father said, it used to drain really well.
I love that jacket, by the way.
I found it on sale.
Did you?
I paid like $8. Yeah, that was a fun project that we had to bust out in the middle of the fair.
Oh my gosh.
Because my wife had put corrugated pipe under it, just like the little bitty, like little 4-inch.
Yeah.
And then when we packed it with the rock, didn't realize it crushed it, and so it just started flooding everything.
Oh my gosh, bro.
So we're out there until we started with hands and feet, and then she found me a rake and a double-headed axe to start digging it out.
Oh my gosh, brother, we're gonna fix you up.
With everybody here.
Oh my
you would believe the
Lanta.
amount of stupid people when you're swinging an axe and still walk right by.
All right, so everything in here is okay bottom-wise.
Yeah.
We just need to keep the water from getting to that chat. That chat holds water. That grit.
So
okay.
these, when we built these, so the
I'm just
tents
looking.
used to not be as wide.
Okay.
They stayed on the pads, because our booths used to be 8 feet deep, 13 feet wide.
Okay.
When we built these, we built them bigger, and now our booths are 10 by 10 with a 5-foot walk space. And so they kind of go off, and so they have all the pads have the natural slope they go down and run into these little middles.
Yeah.
But then, it's like I keep telling my phone over the years of raining
Silt.
gravel, doing it in the sediment.
Oh,
and all
yeah.
that,
You can
we
see.
don't have
Storage area.
There's no drainage.
Yep.
Because from what he said, is all this is supposed to drain to that drain, right there,
Yeah, no.
or a drain over there.
Wow. But I'm sitting here looking at solutions. Seriously, already, I'm hoping. Is this really just the main piece of it? All these chutes going to that?
Yeah.
Okay. We can fix you up.
Yeah, there's the other drain that's down way over there.
On the corner of that building? Yeah. Come on. Okay. All right, guys. Another product that we're partnered with is called Live Switch. So right now I'm sending a request for content, a video request for content out to the guys. I want the inventory of the tools out of both trucks. Fixing this in, let's see what the other side is. So Bill, with his tempered glass crack, got this notification, send me a video of the inventory of the tools. Now click that link.
That tempered glass has kept the whole phone safe.
Okay, record a new video. Just got access, yep, to your camera, and just hold to record. And just walk around and get all the tools that's throughout here. Yep.
At least 10 seconds long.
Yep. So we did it with both Bill and Gage are both out there going through their trucks right now. So I sent them a video, you saw the link, they clicked it, they gave me videos. It pulls right up in my inventory file. So this is how I'm gonna be keeping tools on the truck. A little bit more inventoried. So they showed us everything just like that, right? And you're like, "Sorry, well that's cool. I can just separate them and count, right?" Well, this is cool. I just went down here to Lucky, my little AI helper, said create a moving inventory. It says moving because they do help a lot of moving companies. But basically took 5 minutes or so, and then Lucky created a report for me, create a moving report. And then this is what it tells me, guys. It picks up everything that was out there. Yes, it doesn't say Milwaukee or DeWalt, but it does tell me what is out there. It gives me a good brief description. The funniest one of all is right down here. Work boot, single, worn. Loved that. Now I'm creating an email to the team, sending it off, saying, "Hey, look, Live Switch created this from just a video, and the guys took 10 seconds, and we have a full inventory." Boom. And it's like, no, it works good. Okay. Maybe we just open that up area and give it some beef stone, give it a little storage area. Okay, good sized pipe too. All right, we ain't got no like 6-inch here. Okay, cool.
Yeah, no.
Maybe we just
into the ditch over there.
Maybe we just open this up a little bit. You know what I mean? Give some B-stone, just give it some access points so you ain't worrying about sediment buildup. Anyways, none of this is really of concern,
No,
other than this little ditch right through
There's
there.
that little ditch just where all the pads slope down.
Because
the
they're
slope.
walking around,
Yeah.
right? That's the issue.
Because like
So-
this dries out really good. Like when there's Chad underneath that
Yeah.
makes the roadway all through there.
Okay.
And all over here stays pretty dry once it quits raining.
Yeah.
That's why when you kept saying like, oh, after the rain and then it rained again, I was like, sweet. We really see it.
Yeah. I mean, it sheds the water. That's not the issue. It's just the storage space to get there. I want to go look at this because I have a feeling you're catching some water coming down the hill too. I would assume, or no?
The only time we had any water really get into these buildings is when you get a strong wind from the southwest, southwest
Pushing
wind,
it that way.
or that time whenever it dropped like 4 inches in one day, and then there's just nowhere for it to go.
Right. I think got you a little. This is how far the booths came out, I'm assuming?
This is where their trailers were. So, not this year, but the year before, it looked like a bunch of drunk toddlers parked their trailers everywhere.
Oh my
It
gosh.
looked horrendous. So Katie turned me loose, and with marking paint and a tape measure, and I made it look like a military motor pool out here. Like they would get so mad because I was like, your tongue has to be on this line. It can't be past it. It can't be behind it. I want it on this line. And you look down it, like.
Nice and straight instead of a bunch of drunk toddlers trying to park
Yeah.
trailers. Looking at through there, obviously you got a little bit of a road, but it would be, I just didn't know how much water you were having shed this way down the chutes, because if so, we could do some light regrading and maybe put a swell on and actually designate a road and put a swell on that side of the road to at least catch this stuff coming down the hill. But if it's not that big of an issue.
Yeah, because the tents used to come back to here.
Right.
Yeah, this used to be part of
That.
Yeah, somewhere in here. I can't remember. But
I think it would detour a lot of water. But honestly, my thought here is on these chutes, why don't are you guys opposed to putting some, like literally we'll take this downspout, some roof drain them and put them underground and actually get at least that into the storage area? But literally, I would dig this out a foot or two and add some gravel in here, some clean gravel, to give you some walkable. If water's sitting there 6-8 inches and pooling, it doesn't matter. It's in the gravel. They can still walk through. It's not carrying mud. That's kind of what I was thinking. But if we could do something with the storage area, obviously we're going to regrade it, and we can put a swell in it. We don't have to go crazy and put gravel in it, but if you've got a foot of gravel that's clean, nothing's sticking to their shoes. If it's pooling out here, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Right.
They can still walk around it. But I would take every bit of these, stick them down below the ground, and we'll put them in, I don't know, probably a foot, maybe 2 foot wide ditch, depending on how much storage area. That probably collects a crap ton of rain quickly, I'm assuming.
oh, it does.
Yeah. So anyways, we'll put it underground, put it in a gravel ditch, give it some storage area, and we'll take them all down together, and we'll take it across the road directly to that area inlet, so you're not messing with any of that water. We do some regrading out here. That way we're not dealing with the hillside water, and then this becomes manageable. You're just dealing with water that's coming straight down on it. You feel me?
Yeah, because like on each one of these downspouts, there's one they got the rocks now. Is they were literally the
Oh,
force
yeah.
was digging holes like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It dumps. They catch a lot of water and it comes down really fast.
And honestly, that's not super expensive. It's some ditch digging time and done appropriately. And then we could even come out to here once we get this, figure out a design, what we want to do, and kind of regrade this. But you could start it up here and do a small little pop-up area inlet, so that way if it is catching any water on this side of the road, and then we'll start our run right in the middle, tie our downspouts in all the way across, and just basically do a trunk line to catch all your downspouts in any standing low spots, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we'll deal with that water. We're dealing with any of this water. From that, looking down there through, this was all quite a bit higher than that, but now I understand why, because the tent used to extend. But then That's taken care of. This is taken care of. Now you're just dealing with water literally draining from this area and water that's overhead. And I think that'd be much more manageable. We'll, of course, put you in actually a 4 or 6 inch across on both of these,
Yeah.
on all of these, you know what I mean, as we come through.
So that was what I had laying around.
No, I get it. No, 100%. You guys have done amazing, dude. We could definitely help you out, but we'll put a 6 inch pipe there, so or at least a 4 or 6, and we'll have a
this was the last one
significant
we had
swell.
to dig out, and I didn't have a chance to fix it. It
Yeah.
was literally probably it was up to the elbow into that downspout,
Oh, wow.
pushing in. If I had to strip the whole drainage out and left it open all night.
And we'll grab those downspouts, you know, and they'll be underground, so you're not pooling up and dealing with any of that. Yeah, and we'll put an actual. My idea, Dylan, maybe we price these areas. Dylan can get kind of a good idea from GPS overhead. I would assume from maps, but my one idea, kind of end all be all idea, would be gravel these chutes and do a storage area. Now I understand that'll be. Maybe that's not phase one. Maybe we downspout it, get everything brought out here and ran across and get that done on phase one. While we're out here, we may regrade that area and see what that does and have a couple of rains and see what the improvement is. But my end all be all would be just gravel these chutes after we're done with a good foot area of just clean rock with no grit, no clean, any type of fines in it, so it doesn't compact is what I'm trying to get at. So it's basically giant septic tanks.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it'll eventually drain out down this ditch and carry out eventually. Okay. So maybe we do the roof drains. We can price that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pop up at the end, straight down the middle with catches to pick up each roof drain, and there's probably 2, 4, 6, 8 on every run, you'd say?
Yeah, there's 8 down every middle.
Okay. 1, 2.
Because we didn't have to do the outside of that. Because the outside of that building gets really bad.
Let's go look at that. Is there a septic or anything right here?
Nope.
For this building? Okay. So it's just kind of a low-lying area, just in general.
Yeah, as far as I know, there's no septic over here. I don't know where it all runs. Like all this was built back in the 90s and stuff.
90s kid,
Way
come
before-
on.
You know, you gotta think this has been in my wife's family since 1954.
That's insane, dude.
So they started it, and then it just built on.
Was the mill still running back then? That's too cool, dude.
Yeah, so they used to live in the White House. Her grandparents did, and her great grandmother. That's where it actually started, and then it moved over. They had all this property. Then they started doing the craft show in the barn. Her great granddad served chicken dinners out of that little lean-to, and then it just kept growing. Like after doing all of this, I'm rebuilding that barn.
Dude, you have to. It'll be.
It's gonna be. I want it just like that, but modern.
It'll be on every single picturesque magazine everywhere with the mill right across the river running in the middle of it. It's beautiful,
And the good news
man.
is we actually like the people that own the mill now.
Oh.
Well, there's been some feuds.
There's been some feuds, huh, feller? What I'm getting at is that we're going to generate some dirt back there.
Yeah.
Maybe we bring this in, fill this little low-lying area because it's channeling right down through there. We're going to pick up your roof drains, put an actual swell in. That's what it needs. But here's the thing, with a lot of foot traffic, we don't want swells anywhere. Swells equal trips and falls and insurance claims.
Yeah, so right here is actually, like, that's what that's for. We rope it off for nobody to come here. So only people back here, and they're probably about to be gone, is our concession people.
Yep.
And then on the other side of that rope is, like, up close to the building was our deputy that stays on site with his camper. And then those are all the rest filled with trailers. So
Understood.
I block it off, so nobody's supposed to walk back here.
Okay, well, cool. With
If
that,
they do, that's on them.
With that said, we'll put some time in swelling this so we've got a good ejection point around the building. I want to raise this area up. We're not going to bury your propane tank or nothing, but I'm talking 6-8 inches so that the water has a good stopping point and we're still trucking down through there. And we'll regrade and position this where it's moving a little bit quicker. And then we'll have a place to, it ain't going to take very long. I mean, if we could get the dozer out here, that wouldn't be but 2 or 3 days worth of work stripping that and
Right.
putting it on fancy grade. But what we'll do is we'll price the roof drains, because I think that's one of your number one problem is all these ejections right into your foot traffic that you're trying to keep dry. Probably 3 days worth, 4 days worth of time back there, maybe just a week in general of just light grading all the way around the chutes and everything in this top road. We'll probably start with that, and then we'll probably give an optional addition for cutting in, like I was talking about, those gravel chutes from your bridge so that you've got some storage area, and then you guys should never have to touch it again, hopefully.
Sweet.
I know that would be sweet for you. But that way you can go, hey, this is what we need to do to make sure we don't have to keep spending money and throwing money down the drain maintaining the place.
That's what I told my phone. I was like, I can throw gravel at it all day. But I
Yeah.
don't know what the heck I'm doing. I'm just making it worse.
Yeah. and I think you've got quite a bit of water coming down this hill, plus this puddling and making sure it doesn't have anywhere to go. I think we take care of those two things, and I think that's the necessity for foot traffic around, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the second thing I would say is at least the chutes where you know people are going to be foot trafficking all the time, dig them out. We'll have our pipe running right in the middle, basically building little sediment beds, and it will eventually follow that storage ditch of, you know, these roof drains all the way out to our ejection point.
But other than that, it's a hayfield.
Right.
It's like a hayfield year round.
But we can at least address this. Same thing, same kind of problem you got going on with your chutes back there, just in a drive manner, is you've got all this water rushing and it's just sitting there on top, and then people drive over it. We can just literally cut a swath through there 30, 40 foot wide and regrade that little area, not the rest of anything else, but I think at least get it up to your entrance where it's shedding a little bit easier and not collecting.
Because my father was there and telling me, he's like, it used to drain really well because back in 2012 we sold that White House in the 30 acres and they put in that new fence. He's like, it drained really well until they put that fence in. I was like, it's a barbed wire fence. It's not causing the issues.
Oh, you can see.
I mean, something changed.
Yeah, that daggum old fence, man. Oh, I
I
love
was like,
it.
that's not how it works.
Man.
Because once you get back there to the corner,
That's
it
so
does
awesome.
ditch out and
Oh,
drain
you
back
can
into
see
the
it.
river.
Yeah. 50 cent, well, it's not a 50 cent
$2
hole.
hole.
$2 hole now. I remember fishing there when it was a
You used to
50
have to
cent
pay at that
hole.
White House.
Yeah.
The mailbox used to be up there. Now it's on the gate.
Dude, I got fond memories of catching whites back in. Man, I mean, that's kind of our nature of the beast. You take care of this roof drain situation, a little bit on the hillside, and you're going to be night and day difference.
Cool. I appreciate it.
Thanks,
Have
bud.
a good one.
You too, bud.